Welcome back to Luxury Cruising. I'm your host, Krystal Sodaitis, and I'm so glad you've joined me again. And I'm going to round up our little segment about river cruising by doing an overview of some of the river cruise lines that we didn't touch on the series so far. I'm not going to talk about Viking, Scenic, or Emerald because I've already talked about that in the previous podcast about luxury lines and small luxury lines. And I'm also not going to talk about Alma waterways because I think that that was well covered in some of the previous podcasts that we've had during this series. But I will definitely link those in the show notes if you want to go back and listen to the information about those cruise lines. Instead, I'm going to be diving into some other cruise lines that you may or may not have heard of. We did do a podcast on Tauck, which we will cover. So I hope to give you a taste of some of these maybe lesser known, but also fantastic cruise lines. So, like I said, today we're going to be talking about Uniworld, Riverside Luxury Cruises, Avalon Waterways, CroisiEurope Cruises, and American Cruise Lines. So I'm going to start with Uniworld. It is considered a boutique river cruise collection. Uniworld wants their name to be synonymous with elegance, artistry, and indulgence. It was founded in 1976 and is considered a pioneer in the luxury river cruising market. Each ship is like a floating boutique hotel. It is individually designed with curated art, custom fabrics, and local craftsmanship. You can find Uniworld itinerary sailing Europe, Egypt, India, Southeast Asia, and South America. They're known for their inclusive and culturally rich itineraries. They've got a guest to crew ratio of about 2.4 to 1. The Uniworld ships are uniquely designed. They are inspired by the destination they sail through and are intended to be like floating art galleries. Think Venetian glass, hand painted murals, and antique furnishings. The staterooms are plush and opulent with handcrafted beds, marble bathrooms, and Hermès bath products. Many of the rooms have French balconies. Of course, the suites come with butler service and in-room dining. The two top suites are the Grand Suite, which also has butler service and in-room dining, fully stocked bar. And the highest suite is called the Royal Suite with over 400 square feet of space, a separate living room, French balcony, marble bathroom, double vanity, Asprey bath products, all of the good things. When it comes to dining on Uniworld, it's just an expansion of that cultural immersion when you're talking about the culinary journey that they want to take you through. The menus are regionally inspired and locally sourced. You can expect perfect wine pairings with every meal, open seating dining, and even cooking classes on some itineraries. Of course, there's a main dining room, but there's also a specialty dining room that may include a private wine paired tasting menu, included cost extra for most guests, but complimentary for suite guests. And there's also an all day cafe for casual bites. The shore excursions, again, expanding on that theme of cultural immersion, you might find yourself truffle hunting in Provence, in a private castle tour in Austria, or cycling along the Danube. All of the tours are led by local guests and provide VIP access. Next, we'll revisit Tauck River Cruises, where luxury meets legacy and every detail is taken care of. Tauck is a family-owned company with over 100 years of travel experience, and they launched their European river cruises in 1992. Tauck quickly became a leader in guided luxury travel. Their cruises are known for exclusive access, like private palace dinners after our museum visits, all of which is included in the price. It's an all-inclusive pricing model. Tauck ships are intimate and refined with a focus on comfort and space. Since there are fewer passengers, it means more room to relax, and the ambiance is quiet sophistication. The cabins are spacious with walk-in closets, floor-to-ceiling windows, molten brown toiletries. When we're talking about the suites, the top suites include the Tauck suite with two French balconies, a walk-in closet, a rainfall shower, and separate seating area. And you also have a loft cabin that is a two-level design with an elevated sleeping area and panoramic windows. Sounds amazing. When we're talking about dining, there you can find gourmet meals with locally inspired menus. There's an open bar policy that includes premium spirits and regional wines. The dining is flexible with both formal and casual options. The main dining room is called the Compass Rose. You have Arthur's that offers a lighter fare, and all the dining menus are, again, included and no extra cost. The excursions can run the gamut from, again, those private dinners, the after hours museum visits. We heard about the bike tours or just guided walks with historians. Talk really wants to ensure that every excursion is seamless and culturally enriching. Next, we're going to go to Riverside Luxury Cruises, which is the latest cruise line to launch into the luxury river cruise market. It's redefining ultra luxury with spacious suites and gourmet dining. Riverside Luxury Cruises operates ships that were originally built for Krystal cruises but have been redesigned and reimagined. Their flagship, called the Riverside Mozart, is the widest river ship in Europe. Riverside emphasizes culinary excellence with menus that are crafted by Michelin-level guests, a very high staff to guest ratio to ensure that personalized service. That wide body Riverside Mozart ship also has plush interiors. The suites are expansive. They've got walk-in closets, marble bathrooms, 24-hour butler service, high-end linens, pillow menus. We haven't heard about pillow menus in a while, but you can get them on Riverside, and in-room spa treatments, which I just find super yummy. It's got two top suites. You've got the Ravel suite, which is about 500 square feet, king-size bed, walk-in closet. And then you also got the owner suite, which is almost 900 square feet with two bedrooms and two baths. It also has a fireplace in a large living area, which I always find interesting because fire and cruise ships usually don't go together. The dining has menus crafted by Michelin star chefs, and you can enjoy an open seating, wine pairing, dine in the main dining room, which is the waterfront, the specialty dining, like the vintage room, which is an exclusive 12 guest tasting menu with wine pairings, does come at an extra cost, but I hear it's totally worth it. And if you want, you also have the bistro, which is a casual option for all day snacks and made to order meals. The excursions are curated for depth and authenticity, and you'll find excursions like private vineyard visits, artisan workshops, and cultural performances. There's also the opportunity to customize your own experience with the help of the concierge team. Next, we're going to go to Avalon Waterways. I love Avalon Waterways. I've actually heard a lot about them, and this one is definitely high on my list of cruise lines that I want to experience. Avalon Waterways is considered to be where innovation meets comfort, and the views are always front and center. I think that's what attracts me to it, is that I love a good vista, I love a good view, and that is of prime importance to Avalon Waterways. Avalon Waterways was launched in 2004. These ships have a panoramic suite that has wall-to-wall windows and beds that face the river. Avalon also has something called Avalon's Choice, which is a program that lets travelers select their own adventure when it comes to their excursions. You can choose active, discovery, or classic. The line supports global sustainability through its Lighthouse project. Overall, the vibe on Avalon is relaxed and contemporary. The bathrooms are spacious with L'Occitane products. There's tons of storage. While not ultra opulent, the comfort and design are top notch. The two top suites are the Panorama suite that I talked about It's only about 200 square feet, but it's got an open air balcony and those floor to ceiling windows. And then it's got the Royal Suite, which is 300 square feet, a large seating area and double sinks, and a separate shower and toilet area. The dining is flexible with healthy options, vegetarian options, regional specialties, all inclusive. Of course, beer and wine are included in the meals. The panorama dining room is the main dining room, and you can also get small plates and wine pairings in the panorama bistro or alfresco dining at the Sky Grill. They do serve an afternoon tea daily in the panorama lounge. Next, I'm going to go to CroisiEurope. CroisiEurope cruises are European excellence with a French flair. This is a French-owned river cruise line, so you're going to see French influences all over these ships. CroisiEurope is Europe's largest river cruise operator, and it offers a unique blend of affordability and French-inspired luxury. I included this because it's not ultra luxurious like Uniworld or Riverside, but it does give you a refined experience with excellent cuisine and a wide range of itineraries throughout Europe, Asia, and Africa. It operates over 50 ships, including paddle wheelers that are specially designed for shallow rivers. The food is obviously French-inspired with wine pairings. The cabins are compact but comfortable with modern amenities and great river views. They do have a type of ship called prestige ships that offer upgraded accommodations with larger windows and a more refined decor. Of course, the dining is going to be French-inspired. The meals are served in a single seating dining room, and themed dinners are common. So just know that in advance. There's not as much in terms of dining options on CroisiEurope as there may be on some of the other lines. From the shore excursions, we have those guided city tours, wine tastings, cultural performances. Those are pretty consistent across all the lines. CroisiEurope is really ideal for travelers that want a boutique European experience with a French touch. So the last cruise line I'm going to talk about is American Cruise Lines. This is luxury cruising with an American soul. American Cruise Lines offers refined, all-inclusive cruising experience here in the US. And it's especially good for people who either maybe don't have a passport or aren't comfortable traveling those distances to Europe or to Egypt or to South America or Asia, but still want to experience a cruise. They really highlight and celebrate the charm, history, and beauty of the United States. So now I'm going to talk about American Cruise Lines. So American Cruise Lines is luxury with a distinctive American soul. American Cruise Lines offers a refined, all-inclusive cruising experience that celebrates the charm, history, and natural beauty of the U.S. It's got a fleet of modern riverboats, paddle wheelers, and coastal ships that sail exclusively within the U.S. So for my American listeners who maybe don't want to travel that far or don't have a passport, but still want to experience cruising, American Cruise Lines would be the cruise line for you. And for those of you outside the US who want a really unique and quintessential American way to experience the US, American Cruise Lines is really the way to go. Their itineraries span the Mississippi River system, including the Upper Mississippi and Lower Mississippi, the Cumberland and Tennessee rivers, the Columbia and Snake rivers. You've even got rivers that will go on the Hudson River so that you can experience the New England fall foliage and Florida's inland waterways. Each of these rivers offers a really different and special look into American culture and history. The ships are intimate and they carry between 90 and 180 guests so that you have that personalized crowd-free atmosphere. The staterooms are some of the largest in the industry with private balconies and panoramic views. The onboard vibe is relaxed yet elegant with resort casual dress and open seating. Dining is regionally inspired, freshly prepared. They always use locally sourced ingredients that reflect the flavors of the areas you're sailing through. Complimentary beer and wine are served with lunch and dinner, and a cocktail hour is hosted every evening. The excursions are curated to immerse guests in local culture and history. So think about your Civil War landmarks, Mark Twain's hometown, or a photo safari throughout coastal Maine. Many are included in the fare, but not all. So some might have an extra cost, but they are all led by knowledgeable local guides. And I can tell you, I've been to Mark Twain's hometown, not on a cruise ship, driving through. It's pretty cool. So if the only way you can get there is on American Cruise Lines, it's definitely worth the price of admission. American Cruise Lines, like I said, is ideal for those either US-based travelers who maybe don't want to leave the country or those people from outside the country who want to experience the US on a cruise line in a really unique and comfortable way. So I hope that you have enjoyed this review of some of these really amazing river cruise lines that each offer their own special take on luxury, adventure, and cultural immersion. I mean, you've got the artistic elegance of Uniworld, the exclusive access of Tauck, the just over the top luxury of Riverside, the panoramic comfort of Avalon, French flair of CroisiEurope, and of course, the uniquely American experience on American cruise lines. I truly believe that there is a perfect river cruise for every kind of traveler, luxury or not. So, whether you're drawn to fine dining with butler service or kayaking through the Pacific Northwest, I think that there is a river cruise that is just waiting for you. So, thank you again for joining me on this small segue into river cruising. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I would so appreciate it if you were to share this podcast with your friends. Of course, subscribe, review on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And until next time, I wish you safe and luxurious cruising.